Live. This is News 8 at noon.
On I-95 in Norwalk. These are live pictures right now. The highway closed in both directions due to a crash and huge fire earlier this morning. Governor Ned Lamont is urging you to avoid this area. A tractor trailer, petroleum tanker, and a car were involved in this, touching off that fire involving some 8,500 gallons of fuel. The good news? Nobody has been hurt. News 8 has just been told by Norwalk's congressional delegation that I-95 in that area could be closed for 2 to 5 days. All right, take a look at this video from a News 8 viewer who was driving by at this moment. You can see just how intense the flames were. Let's get right over to News 8's Darren Kramer, who's in the newsroom following this. Darren.
Well, and right now, this is a huge logistical nightmare that not only brought 95 to a dead stop in Norwalk, but it is fouling up trucking and commerce and transportation all over New England and the East Coast. Right now, there are a number of operations underway to try to figure out how bad this damage is and what needs to be done to get 95 back open again. That semi, the fuel tanker and the car collided under that overpass. You saw that raging fire that damaged the bridge above. Right now, state police are investigating the accident. Eversource is dealing with some dangling power lines there, and then engineers will take a look at that overpass. Right now, they say there is no danger of it collapsing, but as of this moment, you heard they're not sure when it'll be back open. They are guessing now 2 to 5 days.
I know what an incredible inconvenience this is for people, and all I can ask you to do is stay away from that area as best you can. The traffic jams are horrendous. We're on this right now.
The area is safe. Once we figure out how much damage is done to the bridge, gasoline can really heat up and heat the bridge up and cause the steel to deform. Once we figure out everything that's associated with the safety of the traveling public and what we can and can't do, we'll get more updates to you.
On top of all that, there was a fuel spill. Most of the tanker fuel burned off in that big fire, but some of it did wind up in the Norwalk River. DEEP is working right now to try to clean that up. While 95 is closed in both directions there in Norwalk, the state is asking not only all of us to avoid that area, but they have warned trucking companies all over the Northeast that will be closed for a while. The governor urging people to either telecommute or take the train if they must until the highway's back open. Again, we are hearing that will take 2 to 5 days. Let's see the fallout from all of this. Now, our Ashley Baylor is looking at this huge traffic nightmare unfolding today. Ashley.
That's right. And hearing that this could potentially be closed for 2 to 5 days, the traffic situation is not going to be good. Now, yes, we're going into a weekend. People want to be traveling on a weekend, but you may have to seek an alternate route for the next few days, or maybe the Metro North will be your best friend in this scenario. So let's take a look at our traffic flows map here, where you can, of course, see not only the purple where this area is shut down in both directions, but of course a lot of red on the northbound side leading from Darien into Norwalk and going from the southbound side. I mean, that backup goes all the way through Southport into Greens Farm, so it goes for quite a ways. Now, some detours here. You can always take the Merritt Parkway, but as I'm looking at our traffic flows map, I will tell you it really does back up, especially going southbound on the Merritt Parkway from everybody trying to detour around this. You can also take Route 1. Yes, you're going to run into some delays there. Now, if you're really trying to get into New York, what you can do is if you're trying to get down to, I would say, White Plains, New York City, you can take I-84 to 6 I-84 and then to 87 and vice versa. If you're trying to go northbound, you can take 87 to 684 to 84. Yes, that's a little bit of a roundabout way, but it could be your best option. So we've been showing you this shot here. This is both directions. You can see that overpass with the issues. As Darren was saying, Eversource is on scene. DEEP is also on scene. But here's a look in Darien. So this is the traffic trying to go northbound from Darien into Norwalk. You can see they're being diverted off of exit 13 there. And then let's take you all the way to Westport. This is the southbound side. So this is exit 18 where folks are trying to go from Westport into Norwalk. And you can see the traffic is barely moving because everybody is trying to basically get off the exit, try and get on Route 1. Or, you know, of course, the Merritt Parkway is also backed up. So this is really just a nightmare. So I'm sure the Metro North is going to be a little bit busier because of this with folks having to travel. But right now, the Metro North is probably going to be your best option instead of trying to get on the roads here.